Good morning, Sunday schoolers. So I just filmed this whole children's message for you, and I didn't hit record, and I did it unscripted. So I'm gonna try this again. I can see that it's recording. Anyway, I am here sitting out in my backyard. I've got my rhubarb behind me. I have what was once my potato plants, and I've got my other little garden over there, and in front of me I've got a strawberry patch. And I decided to come out here today to do some harvesting. I was on vacation a few days ago, and I came home and I had a bunch of ripe tomatoes that I could see in the garden, and I had a couple little ruby red strawberries poking out, and I get so excited about seeing all the garden's bounty that I can pick and eat and enjoy. You see these bright ruby red strawberries, and you know that they're going to be sweet and juicy and really delicious, and these tomatoes that are just ready to burst, and they're just so good, and the cucumbers that are growing. But what I was really excited about was the potatoes, because my potato plants, they just kind of looked meh for the last few weeks, but I knew it wasn't quite ready for them. And but what's really cool about potatoes is what all is going on underground. In our Bible story today, not the gospel, but the Romans text, it talks about how we all have different gifts that God has given us. And we can all come together kind of like a puzzle. We each bring our own gifts that make us all better and connect all of us. I'm thinking about the garden and these bright red strawberries and these tomatoes and these cucumbers that are growing in, and the beans, and you can see all these really great things. And just like in our daily lives, we can see the talents and gifts that a lot of people have. Some people can sing really well, some can dance, some can do really great artwork or woodworking. Some people are really good at sports. Those are easy to see and easy to get excited about. But probably the majority of us have gifts that maybe aren't seen as well. Kind of like the potatoes. The potatoes are kind of an unassuming plant. The flowers are pretty and they didn't last very long, but the plant just kind of got droopy all of a sudden. And there's mystery there. We don't really know what's going on. Some of us have talents that we don't see right away. They might be a talent for listening to people, to making somebody feel loved, to being humble and maybe doing work behind the scenes that doesn't get noticed very much, to being attentive to other people's needs, just being a good friend. Those are all gifts. Now these potatoes, it's so fun to dig them up. I've never grown potatoes before, so I was really excited to get out here. And you just kind of start digging in the dirt and you feel the potatoes under the ground. And you just pull them up and they've just like exploded. You planted one little half a potato on the ground and all of a sudden you've got tons and tons of potatoes. And they're just awesome. I mean, you think of our diet, and earlier I went and picked one of those red strawberries, and I was so excited to eat it. It was just juicy and red, and it was so delicious. And same with those tomatoes, especially those cherry tomatoes that you can pick right off the vine. They're just so good. But you think about the potato and how much of a staple it is in many of our diets. French fries and chips and mashed potatoes and roasted potatoes, scalloped potatoes, all sorts of potatoes that help to fill us up. That fill us up more than a few strawberries or a tomato could. They make us feel satiated so that we're not hungry anymore, so that our tummies aren't grumbling. And these potatoes remind me of all those gifts that tend to go unnoticed, the things that make us feel whole, what we can offer to other people, love and support and, acts of kindness. Those gifts are so, so important, just like the humble potato. I've got a bunch of potatoes here that I picked today, and some are big, some are small. They're dirty, you wouldn't want to necessarily eat them right out of the garden. And they're just so cool. They're so cool. Some have little knobs and stuff. They're full of dirt. These ones are purple. I should crack one open for you to see. You can see a little bit better on this one there, where the skin is peeled away a little bit. But the point is, the potatoes grew, and you don't see it necessarily, but all of a sudden it's there and you feel it, and without it, it would just kind of be sad. So anyway, some of us don't have those flashy, showy gifts. Others of us have gifts where maybe you have to dig a little deeper to see. Amen.